Hey guys, it's Saturn Dave, and I wanted to show you guys a project that I just wrapped up. It's called Swagman. Some of you guys might be familiar with this game. It was an exclusive to PAL Territories on the Saturn, though it did come out on the PlayStation in the States, but we never got it in the States on the Saturn, you know, just because it could have been the genre, or it could have just been the art style. Hell, it could have just been the way that things were going for the Saturn at the time. Though it did come out in 97, and you know, 97 was still a viable year for the Saturn in the States, but for whatever reason we didn't get it. This is what the box art looked like for the PAL version, okay? This is not my artwork. This was literally just ripped from Sega Retro. If I, you know, am looking to do my own US long box on something like this, I don't typically just rip the front cover and bring it over to the US style, because frankly, Sega of America kind of had a different way, a different you know, design sensibility, and you saw that in a lot of games that would come over to the States from PAL Territories, or vice versa. You know, games that would be released in PAL Territories would get kind of a different flavor of art design. So I decided to go in a different direction as well. But just to give you guys a good example of like what the PAL box art looked like. This is what the box art looked like, and then that is what the disc looked like. Okay, with the PAL style Sega font, and you know, all the trimmings and trappings of a PAL disc. You know, so that's what we got in PAL Territories, or what PAL gamers got overseas. Unfortunately, we would never get it, but what we did get was the PlayStation version. And this is, I don't have an actual copy of the PlayStation game, okay, so that's why I had to print it out here just to show you an example. This is what we got. Now, I mean, I think that the original artwork that came out in the PAL version for Saturn was, you know, by and large way better than what we ended up getting in the States. And I do feel like a lot of the times in the States we would just get shafted with this like really, I mean, it's just they took like a stock promotional image from the game, slapped it on a black background, and then used just a white logo. It's just really bare. And I don't know what the logic was behind doing it that way, but that's what it was. And then there's the disc for you guys. So, you know, they did kind of lean into like the purple for the disc, but they, you know, went completely away from the more like dreamy rainbow look of the original PAL copy. Okay, so when I decided to do my own long box, hypothetical long box, I decided to stick with the purple, but really, you know, try to clean up the design and really feature the Swagman in a much more, I don't know, I just think that this is kind of my idea of what it would have looked like if it had come to Saturn in the United States. Here is the manual. Okay, I'm going to darken this up a little bit so here's the manual, and the back you've got Zach and Hannah. I think it's Zach and Hannah, right? Yeah, Zach and Hannah. Okay, so you got Zach and Hannah on the front there, and table of contents. Now I did the table of contents here, and I also did the cover and the dream diary in the back, but I want to give credit where credit is due. I actually asked a friend of mine, Ben Boyd, who is an amazing reproduction artist. I asked him if he could scan a copy of his PAL manual and send it to me so that I could use it for the insides of the manual. And he sent me, he basically sent me the scanned inside that he had already done work on. Like, he had added these images to the back and everything like that, and I was just like, are you sure I can use this? And he's like, yeah, go right ahead. I never really released this. I just kind of did it for myself back in the day. So credit where credit is due. The inside pages here come to you care of Ben Boyd. So, and I mean, that's why they look so great. So I'm not going to take credit for that. You know, I enhanced the contrast. I cleaned, I did, you know, I formatted them where they needed to go for the binding and the cutting and everything like that. And I did enhance the color and contrast just a bit, but really this is Ben's work on the inside pages, and I want to give him credit. all I did was add this table of contents page, and again, I put in a dream diary in the background so that you can put in notes or codes or anything that you find out in the game. Okay, so there's the manual. Here is the back insert. It says Swagman on the side. Nighttime is a deadly place to play now that evil Swagman lurks in its shadows. Zack and Hannah must hazard it in order to rescue the Dreamfly and her 11-strong Dreamflight from the grip of the Swagman and his night terrors. Yada yada. Description of the game, screenshots, all that good stuff. So there's that. And then here's my disc, which you guys probably have already seen. I shared a video of this. Sorry, one hand in this. So here's the disc. You know, I just feel like this. I just feel like this game has such an art and aesthetic to it that I don't feel like it deserved you know, something like that. You know, it's just lazy. You know, even the PAL disc was better than what we got on the PlayStation in the US territory. And it's a shame too, because with the PlayStation you get those black discs, so I feel like there's a lot they could have done, you know, to really make it special, and yet, you know, it was an opportunity missed. So there it is, folks. My US long box release of Swagman. I will be going into production on these and putting them out so that anybody who's interested in enjoying this game and adding it to their shelf, adding it to their collection, you guys can do that. So yeah, until next time, I've got several more projects in the pipeline, and I've got quite a few awesome people in this community helping me out with scans and stuff, and resource materials and stuff like that. So it's very exciting. It's very awesome that, you know, folks have reached out and been interested in helping me move some of these projects along. Quite a few of these projects have been on the back burner just due to lack of resources, and so finally they're coming together. Anyway, until next time, this has been Saturn Dave, and I am going to include in the comments, or you know, in the notes for this video, I'm going to include a link to Peter Malik's excellent article on this game for Sega Saturn Shiro. Anything you want to know about this game, you can find out in that article, plus tax. So anyway, until next time, remember to play your Sega Saturns, guys, and I'll catch you later.